Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ed O'Brien from 24/7 Sports, All State Preps. This is the We Run the State podcast. Today, I have a special guest, my man Darian Coates-Cameron, a class of 2027 athlete out of Episcopal High School in Virginia. Darian, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
No problem at all. Of course, got a lot of questions for you. And I forgot. I'll be honest. I forgot to send you this particular one. I know you guys just your head coach just stepped down. Um, if you don't mind, talk a little bit about how you and your teammates, reacted to that and how you guys are handling things right now with the sudden change. At least sudden to
Uh, you
me.
know, yeah. Obviously, losing the coaches. I mean, it's always a tough time, especially one of the caliber of Coach Rogers. And we were taken aback at first, but of course, the program's got to keep moving forward. And so over the last few weeks, we've been a part of the process of bringing in new head coaches and having the juniors that'll be next year's senior class meet with them and interview them and kind of talk to them about their past and experiences and stuff like that. So, I mean, as much as it's a tough loss, losing Coach Rogers and the entire coaching staff that we've had over the last few years, won two IC championships with. The program's got to keep moving, and so we thank Coach Rogers for everything that he did for us. But we're looking forward to the next phase and the next era of Episcopal High School football and trying to bring in that next coach.
Okay, and I definitely have a lot of respect for Coach Rogers, so definitely best of luck to him in the future. Um, let's talk first about this past season. If you don't mind telling the audience, what position or positions did you play for your high school?
Offensively, I played a little bit of receiver, but mostly defensively, I was playing outside linebacker and safety. Get moved around a little bit. So
All right, and so you lined up in both positions on defense often.
yeah. It all depends on guys getting tired, stuff like that. You got to move guys around. So the versatility that I brought defensively was a big part of our defense this year.
All right, so and when we take a look back on the season, what part of your game do you think took the biggest step, or what parts of your game you think took the biggest steps forward from week one until your final game?
I mean, I definitely say it was play recognition, and then the versatility step. You started the year and in training camp, I was kind of just playing the one position. Might have been playing a little bit of safety, moved around a little bit, but I was mostly focused on that nickel star position, outside linebacker. Um, but as the season went on, with my play recognition going up and having been in the system for 3 years, knowing the whole playbook, they felt very comfortable moving me around. When we had guys go down, when we played Georgetown Prep, they put me in the box at linebacker. And when we played Woodbury for a ton of that game, I was playing back at safety, strong safety. So, I mean, just being able to move around the field because of my play recognition and my understanding of the playbook, that full encompasses the biggest step that I took this year, in my opinion.
All right, and of course, you play multiple positions for your defense. Did the coaching staff give you more responsibilities as the season went on, or did you have those responsibilities, from game one, being as though you've been in the defense a few years?
I think those responsibilities definitely started from day one in training camp this year. But as the season progressed, like they felt more comfortable just moving me in and out interchangeably, on the snap of a finger, right? Instead of telling me, easing me into the game plan, like, hey, we're gonna put you at safety this game. Well, by the time we got to the final few games, it was like, hey, you got to go move the safety for this drive and the next two drives, and I just felt comfortable playing because of the experience that I had. So.
All right, and you're going back and forth between the safety and linebacker positions. What are some things that you do off the field that help you prepare to be able to handle those multiple responsibilities?
I mean, it's easy. Really, just getting in the playbook, knowing your own playbook, knowing the other team's playbook. I mean, from there, it's just football and being able to, to know how to play multiple positions. You got to train it in the off season, so there's that. But I mean, as long as you know your own playbook and you can understand the other team's playbook and where they want to attack and when they want to attack, you're going to figure it out pretty quickly, and you're able to move around and without any difficulty.
And what did this year teach you about diagnosing offices and reacting quicker at the high school level?
So I'll speak to one of our coaches, our linebacker coach this past year, Coach Wilkins. He played for the Seahawks, and one of the things that he taught me that I made a big step from last year to this year was instead of kind of feeling things out, to just react instinctively, and instead of really thinking, trying to overthink the game. When you see something, right, go hit it. At the end of the day, if you go full speed to the guy in front of you, most of the times it's going to work out. And so, one, watching a lot of film, and knowing these teams again, having played them the last 2 years, having played them starting as a starter last year, you get out there and you see the same stuff you saw before, and you're like, hey, like I know this. Let me go react to it full speed instead of kind of hesitating and thinking about it for a second. And so he really helped me stop overthinking the game. And at the end of the day, it's just football, and you gotta go make the play. So
All right, and from a physical standpoint, what's your current height and weight?
I'm currently 6'3". Last time I weighed in, I was 210 pounds. So
210. Okay. Around this time last year, how much did you weigh? And how much? Well, yeah, I'm sorry. How much did you weigh?
yeah, I think I was about 190 around this time last
Really?
year. So yes, sir.
Wow. So how do well that leads into this question, of course. How do you think your physical growth showed up on the field? And, in terms of strength, speed, and just holding up, with the physical play over the course of the season.
I mean, the main difference is always going to be training. When you get to the college level, that training is always, they got you in the weight room doing stuff that's different. But you see the results quicker and more significant than at any other level. And so I kind of got with Collins Athletic Performance, where I'm from back home. They helped me out, and kind of have that college and pro level training when it comes to in the weight room and on the field, athletically. And so, just getting in the weight room and then getting on the field, being able to do all that stuff, doing it at full speed, continuing to put on weight while doing stuff at full speed, right? Can you maintain your speed while getting heavier? Is really a big thing that I've been trying to do over the last few years. And so when you get out there on game day, right, a year, 365 days, it's a huge difference. When you can put on 10, 15, 20 pounds, you can move a little
Mm.
bit faster, you can move a little bit better. So when you get out there, you just feel more dominant. So
Now, I guess if I could ask this question, you can tell me whether or not you can actually answer this question. How much responsibility did the coaches give you, out in the field, pre-snap, setting in front, making certain calls?
I mean, the coaches call their own plays. You get out there, and you got to execute them. But there were definitely a ton of times this year where, as it comes to on field adjustments, right? I think myself, I had a ton of they had a ton of trust in me in making those decisions. And our middle linebacker Ben Ironi, he had a ton of trust as well, and we were able to set the fronts and the DBs like, hey, maybe we're running the cover three here, but if we can read out, we know this play, we've seen it on film, the formation that they run, we're most likely going to get out of it. Hey, let's cut your split a little bit. Let's change up how we're gonna give this look on this one. Maybe if I'm blitzing, I'll go line up on the line of scrimmage this time, and I faked it so many times and drop back into coverage that I can just go now. Or sometimes I'll delay the blitz. And so, how you want to play stuff, at least in our defense this last year, was almost always on me. Whereas years in the past, we've had other leaders, we've had other seniors that led that. So I think our system's always been kind of you trust your top guys to make the best plays, um, from the plays that the coaches give you. You trust them to how do they want to play that assignment. So
Okay, Darian, let's pivot towards recruiting. You have an interesting frame, 6'3", 210. you play both line. You play the star position, so you can play both linebacker and safety. From a recruiting standpoint, um, what position do most colleges see you playing, or does it differ depending on the school?
I'd say it differs a little bit depending on the school, but I think primarily linebacker. And
Mm,
of course, getting to play at the next level is always a great opportunity. I want to continue to prove, to the coaches and stuff, I can stay versatile. I can stay in that star spot. You can move me around
okay.
at safety and stuff like that. So working on my coverage skills, my speed, my versatility in the off seasons, one of those main things that I'm looking at right now.
Now, of course, you'll play wherever you need to play at the next level. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite between the two?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I would definitely say safety.
Okay,
Getting to playing that pass game, get some picks while also being able to come downhill full speed and knock someone out. That's always fun too. So
I respect that. So with the and of course, the first early sign they just passed a couple months ago. The portal closing up, I think probably today or yesterday. I can't remember the days, but I'm pretty sure things are starting to open up. Who are some schools that you know of that are showing interest in you?
I mean, some of the schools I've talked to recently, Washington a little bit, Nebraska a little bit, UVA. I was with Coach Adams, linebacker coach. He came down yesterday to our school, so those are probably the biggest three right now. And then trying to get some more interest from the schools in the area for sure. Virginia and Maryland area is a big part of my recruitment right now.
Okay, so how did that in school? Was that an in school visit?
Yeah, he came down right at lunch.
Okay, and how did that discussion go? If you don't mind talking a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean he primarily just discussed Virginia's slower in the offering process, but they talked
Okay,
about that they like my film and stuff like that. And so I really appreciated him making the long trek all the way from Charlottesville up here in Alexandria. It's not an easy car drive to do on a Friday
that's a
morning.
nice little ride.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I really appreciated him for that.
Okay, and do you have any junior days lined up?
The one that I've got lined up right now is to the University of Buffalo, January 31st. So that'll be the first one, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, and who is your if you don't who's the recruiting coordinator for you out of Buffalo?
It'll be Coach Johnson for the area recruiter. Yes, sir.
All right, and of course that'll be your first one. Is there what are some things that I'm sorry, let me backtrack. What's your plan as far as approaching these junior days?
I mean, I think the main thing is simple. Obviously, I'm excited and thankful for any opportunity that I get to just go to the junior days. Any offers I receive, I'm blessed. Uh, but I'm really ready to find the best spot for myself. And then like the place that I can make the biggest difference at, trying to meet the coaching staff, meet all the people that work there, the recruiting staff, on how did stuff go down, the culture that they have. That's really a huge part of where I want to be. Right, you want to be at a spot that you enjoy being at before you start to worry about the football aspect of stuff. Right, you got to worry about the academic, and you've got to worry about the culture. Before anything turns to football.
All right, Darren, just a couple of questions. So, what was your favorite game this season and why? This past season.
Uh, Yeah, yes, sir. I think my favorite game this year was probably our second game against Flint Hill. Uh, we were playing a decent Flint Hill team, and we came out struggling probably on both ends of the ball a little bit. But at the end of the day, we ended up forcing 8 turnovers, right? And they kept striking back offensively and getting down to our territory a little bit. And then we force a fumble. We get an interception, and the defense really showed that we wanted to fight and we wanted to win. And then when we got to that last drive, they came down and I forced the fumble. And then we got on offense and we ended up, first and 10, we handed it off right down the middle and went 75 yards for the game winning touchdown. And the fight that we showed in that game, as much as the season didn't go the way we wanted it to, we know, especially from the guys in our class of 27, like we got some guys that's going to fight. We lost some close ones this year, but I would say we're a team to watch out for next year for sure.
Yeah. So speaking of a close one, I was there when you guys played Bullis. That was a pretty. You guys showed a lot of fight. That was a pretty good one. In the ISC league, who is your biggest rival? I'm curious, or is it
Uh,
everybody on site?
I mean, everybody, every game we play, it's a tough game. We lost to St. Albans in overtime. You were at the Bullets game. We lost by one. We lost to
Mhm.
Lane by a touchdown. So it's almost like every game that you play is gonna be a fight. And with the last 3 years, it's always been ties for the IAC championship. So it's always a dog fight going into the year. I think our biggest rival, I mean, St. Stephen's just left the ISC, but they were our biggest rival for a long time. But I mean, I honestly, I really love playing those Bullets teams. It's always a great game when we play them. It
Mhm.
sucked to lose this year, but I can't wait to get back out there again next year, play them one more time.
Okay, Darian, for college coaches looking at this, what are some reasons that they should recruit you as a student athlete?
I mean, honestly, I believe in myself as a football player, and very much so as a person that brings energy to the team and brings leadership. So off the field, I think I'm the kind of guy that you would want in the locker room. I would hope at least. And then just to say, on the field, I'm a versatile athlete. 6'3", 210 pounds, but I can play the safety spot very well. I got great coverage skills. And then yeah, like I said at the start, at the end of the day, like I'm a leader, and so I'm gonna want what's best for the team. I've been at Episcopal. I've had other teams call me over the last 3 years, high school teams to leave and to go somewhere else, but I want to be here,
Right.
not just for the football, but for the culture and for the guys. So
All right, Darren. Well, I know you're a great team leader and a great player, so I definitely will be keeping tabs on you. Wish you the best of luck. When you take that visit to Buffalo, make sure you holler at me so we can talk about that. And thank you for taking the time to come on podcast. I truly appreciate it.
yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, tell your dad I said what's up too.
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, have a blessed one.
You too. Take care, coach.
Thanks. Yes, sir.